Okay, hopefully this is working. Hey guys, my name is Dennis, Muddy Water Search and Recovery. And tonight I wanted to do something a little different. I want to go through and kind of touch on some of the cases that we've been working on. We've been working, our Muddy Waters has been here over 3.5 years. And some of these cases we've worked on the majority of that time. Some of these we have done searches on. Some of these we have search locations that we hope to get to very soon. I did have a doctor appointment today. Everything is looking good, on the right track. So hopefully within the next couple weeks, it's boots on the ground again, get these searches done, and bring some of these missing people home. So let's jump right into it for a minute, and we'll cover and touch on some of these cases. First, we have Adam Herman, missing from Towanda, Kansas since July 1st of 1999. When we first started looking into this case, we really didn't have a lot to go on as far as potential search locations. And then we ended up doing a booth down at the farm show in Kansas City, Missouri. And we had a screen that was playing through a lot of these cases. And we had a guy stop and talk to us for a little while on Adam's case. Through him, we were able to learn of some locations that we feel definitely need to be searched. And we do have those on the list, and we hope to get to those locations soon and see what we can do to help bring Adam Herman home. Next, we have Alexis Scott, missing since September 23rd of 2017 out of Peoria, Illinois. This case, to me, is very concerning. You read in the reports that she is a survivor from trafficking and had not been home very long from that when she went missing. There's reports that the location that she went to the evening she went missing, that somebody who may have ties into that was there, and that they may have been tied into her being trafficked the first time. So very, very concerning on this one. The last time she had been located in, I believe it was California. She showed up knocking on somebody's door. And again, very, very concerning case. And let's continue to do everything we can to bring Alexis home. Next, we have Brenda Lambert, who was last seen in Bluewell, West Virginia, July 26th of 1992. We have been looking into this one. Right now, we really don't have any locations of interest lined up on this one, but we are working and doing our best to see what we can come up with and to see what we can do to help bring Brenda home. Brooke Allensworth, last seen July 12th, 2018, Independence County, Arkansas. This case, we had a location of interest come into us with evidence to back it up. I feel very strongly this location may bring about answers. We were going to go search. We had another team, actually 2 teams, that were willing to jump in as well and assist with that. We were asked by law enforcement to hold off and let them do it. They were going to bring their team in and dive and get this spot checked. The last I had heard, they flew an aerial drone over. It's been a while since I've gotten any updates on this one, so I don't know if they ever went back. But I do have to talk to a couple people to confirm one way or the other with that. If they have not been back, then we will be working to get permission from that property owner, and we will go down and do that search. This has been going on for I would say a year and a half, 2 years or so. And it's beyond time. You know, Brooke needs to be brought home, and we're going to do everything we can to see that she is. Celina Mays, missing since December 16th of 1996 from Willingboro, New Jersey. Very young when she went missing. I don't see the age on this one. I want to say 10, 11, 12 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. She was 9 months pregnant when she went missing. Very, very concerning case. And once again, this is another one that we don't have a location of interest at the moment. And we are hoping to have one soon. And we'll definitely keep you guys updated. But we need to do everything we can to find Celina Mays. Next is Echo Lloyd. Echo disappeared from Edwards, Missouri on Mother's Day, May 10th of 2020. This one, as you can see, her car, wallet, and ID were found. Her phone, keys, and medication, and her handgun were missing. This one, I have read through a lot of reports, a lot of speculation in this one. I do have a couple locations of interest that I want to get on and get searched and see what we can do to help bring Echo Lloyd home. Heather Elvis was reported missing on December 19th of 2013 after her vehicle was found at the Peachtree Boat Landing in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. February of 2014, just 2 months later, basically, Sydney and Tammy Moore were indicted on murder charges in connection with her disappearance. We do have location of interest for Heather. This includes a water search as well as a ground search. And we do want to get this search done and see if we could help bring Heather Elvis home. Jason Landry, last known to be driving from San Marcos, Texas to his parents' home in Missouri City, Texas on December 13th, 2020 for Christmas break. Little over an hour after he left, his wrecked vehicle was found abandoned on Salt Flat Road in Luling, Texas. The lights were on, the keys were in the ignition, and the front passenger side door was locked. His backpack and clothes were found scattered on the roadway 900 feet away, but there was no sign of Jason. I know there had been several searches around the area, but there are some locations in that area that I would like to get down there to search. Very concerning. I believe it was a volunteer firefighter who come across his wrecked vehicle. It had slammed, I believe, backwards into a tree. This was a gravel road where locals have told me that very bumpy road and not a road that you would expect somebody to go down at a high rate of speed because it was such a rough road. I've seen an image of the vehicle and it impacted the tree pretty hard. So very concerning case. We do have locations of interest, and let's do everything we can to help bring Jason home. Caitlyn Ledbetter, missing from Fullerton, Tennessee since May 2nd, 2021. This one, please go back and watch our other videos. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, please go back and watch our other Caitlyn Ledbetter videos. If you're watching this on TikTok, please jump over to our YouTube channel and go back and look at other videos we've done on her case. Really concerning, and we do have locations of interest. And we are looking at angles that include potentially other states as well. So definitely check those out. Very concerning case, and we all need to do everything we can to help bring Caitlyn Ledbetter home. Mark Fullerton, missing since June 3rd, 2020 from Braggadocio, Missouri. If you remember, Alex and Tammy and a couple other people went down and joined up with some of Mark's family, and they done an extensive search for Mark that included digging up a backyard with heavy equipment. Unfortunately, no answers were found. We do have several locations of interest, and we'll be back in the area. Potentially, we're looking at 3 different states right now, but we do plan on being back down there and doing everything we can to help bring Mark home. Millete, and this don't have a whole lot of information on her case. She is missing out of California. Many people suspect her husband of being involved in her disappearance. I will get into more of that on a solo video on this case. I did have a lot of people reach out to me saying, hey, they found the murderer. You don't need to work on this anymore. But fact is so far, the reports I'm seeing is she is still missing. So she does still deserve people to be looking for her to help bring her home. Michael Vaughan. This is one of those cases our team has shed a lot of tears over. Been missing since July 27th of 2021 from Fruitland, Idaho. Law enforcement have done a lot of searches, including digging up a backyard. So far, there hasn't been any recovery made. My personal opinion, he could be anywhere from Idaho to Texas. We're working on getting a couple locations of interest on this case, but need to be doing everything we can to help bring Michael Vaughan home. Rachel Conger, missing from Paris, Tennessee since March 13th of 2008. Another heartbreaking story. Somebody taken way too soon. I know we've had, and I say that we don't know 100% certain that she's deceased. As with any of these cases, until they're found, we don't know. She did have a relative. I want to say her daughter joined us on a live feed a while back ago. I think I played a recap of it recently. If you haven't seen that, please go back and watch that. Rachel's aunt, I believe it is, oftentimes is in the comments of our live feeds. Both of them very sweet, very nice people. And we need to do everything we can to help bring Rachel home. We do have some locations of interest we feel need to be searched, and we want to get on that as soon as we can and do what we can to help bring Rachel home. Rico Harris. He went missing while driving from his home in Lambert, California to visit his girlfriend in Seattle, Washington on October 10th, 2014. His Nissan sedan was found 3 days later in Rumsey, California. His cell phone and backpack were also found nearby. No other clues have been uncovered. If I'm not mistaken, I believe his cell phone and backpack were found after the vehicle was found. The vehicle was found and towed away. Somebody did call in a report that they saw a person matching Rico's description sitting on a guardrail there. Law enforcement went back out. They did find some footprints that were fairly large. They ended up finding his backpack and cell phone that were set on a rock, or a big rock that was there. And this was after the vehicle had been towed. We do have a location of interest in Rico's case, and hopefully we're going to be able to make it out there at some point, do that search, and see if we can help bring Rico home. Next, we have Stacy Crawford. Well, let me back up here. Well, Stacy Crawford, missing since July 21st, 2022. This is another case that is missing out of Tennessee. Another very concerning case, and we are working to get a couple locations of interest on this case, and we will want to get on those fairly quick, get those searched, and see what we can do to help bring Stacy home. We have Zeta Gordon, last seen October 4th, 1992, missing out of Atchison, Kansas. She was last seen she left from an argument in Atchison. That would have been with her husband. Her car was found west of town the next day with the belongings in them. And there's a lot more details with that. This is a case that we have a very strong location of interest. We've been able to tie things to this particular location, and it is a business that owns the property, and they just flat out, Alex is the one that spoke with the individual who flat out told Alex, you're not going to get permission to get on this property. That's after Alex explained everything that he explained the case to them. He explained our thoughts, why we think that, everything, laid it out, and we were told absolutely not. So we are still working on this, and we're going to keep you guys updated, but we need to do everything we can to help bring Zeta Gordon home. We do have other locations. We do plan to search for Zeta, but this one, from almost day one of looking into this case, it just really stands out to me, especially, and that was before we started tying a lot of things into it that leads to that property. So hopefully we will get to access that and be able to do this search. Next, we have Randy Leach. He went missing April 16th, 1988, Linwood, Kansas. We have done multiple searches for Randy. We do have locations of interest that we are going to be searching some of these very soon. We do have locations of interest that the details we can't really go into right now, but we'll update you guys as soon as possible. And with that being said, I do want to remind everybody that we don't announce locations that we're searching or when we're going to be searching until the search is complete. As many of you know, we've had multiple threats come in across multiple cases. So just a safety concern, we don't put that information out publicly. But definitely several locations of interest that we will be searching, and hopefully within the next 3 weeks or so, if everything medically goes right. Summer Wells. Again, another one of those cases many tears have been shed over. She went missing June 15th from Rogersville, Tennessee. and just, we have some locations of interest that we feel needs to be searched. So when we do go to Tennessee searching on some of these other cases, we will be searching those as well. Very, very concerning. You know, there's now some locations in another state we're looking at as well. We'll get into that on a solo video in the coming days. But again, very, very concerning case, and we'll do everything we can to help bring Summer home. Angel Overstreet. She was last visually confirmed as far as her whereabouts. It was May 2nd, 2021 in Huntington, West Virginia. Her biological father, I believe it is, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I need to go back through the information I have on this one. There is a suspect. I believe this person had been arrested. I will double check all of this, and we'll do a solo video on this one and get that information out to you guys. Very heartbreaking case. I mean, just so heartbreaking, so senseless. You know, this is a baby, and we're going to continue to do everything we can to help bring this little girl home. I mean, just heartbreaking. Chance Englebert, last seen in Gering, Nebraska, Saturday, July 6, 2019. I do have a location of interest in this case. I've got a few locations of interest, but one of them I'm feeling really strong about. And I had planned on driving up there this month to do some searches for Chance. Depending on how things medically go and catching up with everything, may have to push it out a little bit, but we'll keep you guys updated on that. Let's do everything we can to help bring Chance Englebert home. And if you have any information on any of these cases, or if you have a location of interest you think needs to be searched, you can reach out to us by email, MWSAR22@yahoo.com. That will be down in the video description. If you have any thoughts on the case, theories, anything you feel that may be helpful, please get that over to us. And we're going to do everything we can to help bring these people home. To date, we have around 400 missing persons cases that have come into us that we're working on, and we're going to do everything we can to help these families bring their loved ones home. So with that, until next time, you guys stay safe, and we will see you guys